CJ Watson had a decorated NBA career. He is an author. He is a dream accomplisher. He's a dream inspirer. He can be found on Twitter at quietstorm_32. I'm Bryan Fenley, and I'm with Fox Sports Radio, which is stationed in Los Angeles. CJ, first of all, thank you so much for coming on. And what I've noticed is that even though you didn't go to UCLA, you have a lot of ties to UCLA. For one, you went to Bishop Gorman, and UCLA's quarterback, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, went there. And then listening and learning more about your backstory, how close were you to being a Bruin basketball player?
I was very close. I was definitely going to commit there. That was definitely like my dream school. But at the time, Steve left and he got fired. So I just tried to open up back in my recruiting and just try to go somewhere else where I can see myself playing and affecting the culture there.
Did you have a recruiting visit to Westwood and got to take it in before the coaching change?
I actually went on an unofficial visit, so it wasn't like the whole full shebang that they give you on an official visit. But I really didn't need it. I was already sold already. Being in LA, being close to the good weather, and my family being close to Las Vegas, so it wasn't a far short for them to come if I did go there.
And you went on to University of Tennessee. And what I've noticed, CJ, as well, is you have a common theme of just maximizing opportunities wherever they are. And it starts with the vision that I know that I've really seen from you in following your career. It's you have a trajectory for yourself that maybe a lot of the outsiders do not understand. And so you're not surprised by your success. But as you look back at your 12 years playing professionally and 10 years in the NBA, who was surprised around you that you made it? Because I know you weren't, that's for sure.
Maybe a lot of people. I mean, definitely at the time that I wasn't in the NBA, I don't know if I could be honestly sitting here and be like, yeah, I would be in the NBA because at the time it wasn't going that way. There's definitely been some hills and valleys to climb, but I just stuck with it. I didn't quit, even though sometimes I wanted to quit. I just kept with the goal in hand and just kept being dedicated, kept believing in myself. I had a great support family, my parents, aunts and uncles, cousins. They always kept pushing me and telling me that you're going to be the one to make it out of our family. So, you got to stick with it. You can't let us down.
No doubt. And you ended up ending up going into the NBA after a little brief stint in the overseas world of such, playing in Italy and also later on Turkey. But what was the running dialogue through your head on draft night? You knew you were going to be in the NBA. You knew you had the talent, but you didn't hear your name called. How did you fathom that experience?
It was definitely hard. I was watching it at home, my parents and a couple of family friends, and talking with my agent. They said I would get picked with the last pick by the Detroit Pistons, but it didn't happen that way. I was definitely hurt, embarrassed, just all kind of emotions you can have, discouraged. But I just kind of didn't let that hinder me. Just try to put all that motivation into basketball and just trying to not necessarily prove people wrong, but prove to myself that I was good enough and I should be in the NBA.
When did you begin to realize that NBA general managers were starting to get the memo here, that CJ was a guy who belonged in the NBA and that they previously had made a mistake on you?
Kind of in a few summer leagues, and then especially like to the D League when I decided not to go back overseas. My time overseas wasn't the best. I had a different coach every month, so it was kind of up and down for me. So as a young player, it kind of like messed with my head a little bit. And I really didn't like overseas. That's why I decided not to go back and try to stick it out with the D League. So that was my whole decision for that. And then just trying to come back and work on everything that all the general managers, presidents, or whatever scouts said that I lacked, and also work on things that I was actually good at. So I just wanted to be an all-around great player.
What was it when you got that first interaction with an NBA team and they started to throw out the feelers to you that, hey, we want to take a chance on you?
It was kind of interesting, but I've heard that story before, so I didn't really kind of get too happy about it. I know during the D League time, my agent kept telling me, this team's calling about you, this team's calling about you. And I just told him, just don't call me anymore until the actual call up is ready to happen.
For sure.
I didn't think he was going to take my advice, but he actually didn't call me for like 2 or 3 weeks. And
wow,
next time he called me, I got a call up from the Warriors. It was actually from 2 teams, the Bobcats at the time and the Golden State Warriors. And eventually the Warriors called me up, and I'm thankful that they did.
So the first moment you were with your team and you joined the guys, how did you grapple with that experience and what that meant to you, knowing everything you went through to make this happen?
It was fun. It was kind of surreal because I was playing on the same court as Baron Davis, one of the guys that I look up to, one of the best point guards in my eyes. And he's a guy that I play with a lot on the video game and trying to pattern my game with. And next thing you know, I'm on the practice court with him, with Al Harrington, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, Hall of Fame coach, and Don Nelson, and just everything around it. It was just kind of surreal, but I definitely was definitely an awe moment. But I definitely went to work hard and learned a lot from those guys and from that team from that moment.
Baron Davis has been a big fan of your ability to author and your books. And I want to get your take on that in a little bit, because I've read how Baron has read your books that you are a part of to his kids, and how that's become such a huge thing among NBA circles and others as well. You take a lot of pride in being in the NBA and playing for all the teams that you did, especially with the Chicago Bulls. How do you graph Derrick Rose's legacy, and why do you think sometimes the public perception of him is a bit askew, knowing how well you know him?
Mhm. I just think it's because he's kind of a shy person, doesn't really talk a lot. But I mean, in the circle, like with teammates, with his family and friends, he talks just like anyone else. He's kind of like myself, kind of shy, reserved. But once we get to know you, we open up. You see the real side of us. But I think it's just kind of unfortunate the injuries that he's had, and then the pedestal that everyone kind of puts him on, just being the MVP. They expect him to play the MVP status every night, every year, even with or without injuries. And I think that's just kind of uncertain, but that's, it comes with the territory. But I'm sure he knows all that kind of stuff, and I think he's playing great basketball now. Even with all the injuries that he's had, he's bounced back great and playing back at a high level.
I was watching you play at a high level in the Big Three. Is that something that when that gets going again that you're going to want to participate in?
Maybe we'll see. We'll see if my body lets me. My body says it's okay. Right now, I'm just just relaxing, just having joy with my kids and seeing them do things, and just kind of working on these books and trying to get them out to people and make sure everyone loves the story.
Absolutely. I want to get to those books in just a moment. What was the funniest thing that has ever happened to you on a basketball court?
I don't know. Maybe wearing my jersey in the wrong way. I don't think it happened in NBA. Maybe like it was
Okay.
college, maybe, or high school. But I think I had my jersey on backwards and just had to take my shorts off and my jersey off and put it on the right way. But I mean, I don't think too many funny things have happened to me that often.
Yeah. Oh, your game is strictly business. And you alluded to this a little bit earlier in the interview. And CJ Watson joins us as a distinguished NBA star, 10 years in the league, played for a variety of different teams. And one of my father figures, CJ, is Chuck Swirsky, who obviously he's a close family friend, and he helped when I moved to Memphis. And I think that's where the first time I met you, he actually helped me move to Memphis. So I whenever we get done with this interview, I want to tell him that I got a chance to talk with you, because as you know, he's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
So, and you are too. And a lot of that has to do with how much you love giving back. What brings you the most joy about all the different foundations and book work that you're a part of? Why does this resonate and mean so much to you? Why do you do this?
It's just something that my parents instilled in me, something that we always did when we were young kids. We always went to the homeless shelters, fed the homeless, went to nursing homes and spent time with the elderly, just to brighten up their day, kind of. Just all those little things that kind of mean so much to people. And it's just something that my parents always had us doing, me and my younger brother, when we were younger. So it's kind of just been instilled in me, and it's a part of me. I just love giving back and love seeing smiles on kids' faces. And I think it's great because I was once that same kid also, in a lower income neighborhood, just trying to stay out of trouble and just have fun at the end of the day. That's what I want all these little young kids to know, just to have fun and just to make the best out of it.
Well, these kids are having a lot of fun reading your children's books. You just came out with your second one, if I'm not mistaken. First one is CJ's Big Project, and now it's CJ's Big Dream.
The first one is CJ's Big Dream. The second one is CJ's Big Project.
That's right. So CJ's Big Dream is number one, and then Big Project just came out. And what's the reception been like? I've seen NBA guys, Ryan Hollins, taking pictures of reading the book to, family, and even Baron Davis weighing in. So what's it like having those guys read your book and be so high on what you're doing?
I think it's big time. It's definitely gratifying. It's humbling, just for those guys to appreciate the story and to resonate with the story. I think it's great. I mean, that's what the stories are for, is to hopefully touch kids and let them see that I was once a kid just like yourself, and going through the same things that kids go through. And I just want everyone to be able to read these stories and to be able to resonate with them.
With everything going on with the coronavirus, I'm sure, because I know you had a book tour, right? Are
Yeah.
you hoping that that continues at some point?
I hope so. I mean, if this
Mhm.
this virus goes down, but we never know. We just kind of take it day by day, and just do as much as we can with the promoting, like on social media and things like that nature, and Zoom calls like this. So just trying to get
Yeah.
the word out.
Do you have another one that's going to come out soon, or you're
Yeah.
working on eventually?
Yeah. So I have it'll be four book series. The third
Okay.
one is called CJ's Big Moment, and it'll be out middle of August.
Are you waiting and not giving away what it's about, or
Uh,
it's kind of a surprise?
no, it's not a surprise. I can give a little
Okay.
brief. It's about
Sure.
bullying. It's about CJ getting bullied, him and his teammate, and how he chooses how to handle that in a positive way. So it's kind of like just I know not every kid gets bullied, but some kids maybe get bullied, and trying to handle that in a positive way instead of handling it in a negative way. So we're just trying to make those kids make smart decisions.
How reflective are these books, these children books, on your own life experiences, and obviously sharing to those out there what you've gone through and using your story as a way to uplift others?
They're all true stories. They're all these stories that happened to me, from CJ's big dream about playing basketball, about dreaming and making it to the NBA, and to CJ's big project, which the book is about education. My family was real big about education, and I couldn't play any sports unless I had at least A's and B's in the house. If I got a C or a D or F, I could not play basketball. So
Wow.
um, all these stories are definitely true, and I feel like if kids can know that I went through these same things that they may be going through, that they can maybe make their life a little better and have a little head start on life.
I'm looking at the sign behind you, and of course, that's going to give you a head start in being
Yeah.
successful. What was
Mhm.
the genesis of this? Success Nutrition Facts. I love the idea.
It's a guy on Instagram, Mark Brazil, and a company called Iconic. So shout out to them. I just love the whole message behind it. Everything you do, success is not easy. You're gonna fail sometimes. You're gonna put yourself at risk. You're gonna have to have some patience. You're gonna have to focus, and have persistence, and all those things attribute to success. So it's not just one thing that attributes to success. It's a whole uh, ingredients of things, and I think this is a great thing just to see every day, and just for my kids to see also that you got to put the hard work in to get the results.
And it's all starting to work out, and it has throughout your career, whether it's playing basketball or afterwards as well. To get a copy of what you've been able to put forth as far as the children's books, where can people check that out?
They can go to my personal website, cjpens.com, or they can go to Amazon also and purchase the book.
Wrapping up here with CJ Watson, I'm Bryan Fenley. CJ, again, thank you so much for your time. I know you've got a thousand more things more important than doing this. You've got a couple kiddos and a kiddo back there. And so wanted to ask you your thoughts on just the NBA bubble as it is, becoming a thing. And you certainly have guys, friends that are still playing. What have their impressions been like of being a part of that so far, and what they've shared with you about
Uh,
that?
it's kind of been up and down, but I think safety is the biggest key for guys. Making sure they're safe, making sure no one catches the virus, and if they do, just trying to be as safe as possible and not let that virus spread throughout the bubble. But I think everyone wants to play basketball. Us as fans, and me as a fan now watching it, I want to see basketball, but I also want to see everyone be safe, and everyone just have a healthy life.
Yeah. My last question for you, CJ. Do you have a funny Baron Davis story? Because he is
Uh,
a character. He's a great guy. And I'm just curious, you guys are
yeah.
close. And if there's anything funny that you're comfortable sharing that, the Bruin community, because I work for UCLA, that they get a kick out of as well, or something cool.
I mean, I have a lot of stories, but a lot of them can't be told. But Aaron's just a funny guy. Just to see how he just works the room and see how he has everyone laughing. From the maybe the oldest person in the room to the youngest person, he can affect any person and all in between. He just has that charisma about him where he makes everyone laugh, makes everyone smile. Kind of the room kind of lightens up and brightens up like as soon as he walks in. It's just a great feeling just to be around him.
Does he have like a corny joke that you remember or something like that that'll tell you?
Between me and him, all his jokes are corny. But I always still laugh at them because they're so
Yeah.
stupid.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know better, CJ. You're so talented and creative in so many ways, and really grateful to have you on. And thank you again for doing this. And hopefully down the road, get to do this again and maybe meet you in person if you're ever in LA and
Yeah, for
want to do
sure.
another interview. That'd be a lot of fun. Thanks again.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. Thanks for having
Yeah.
me.